Alright Vikings, what we want to show today is a comparison between a Viking suit and a competitive immersion suit which we face in the market on an everyday basis. Michael will don one of these competitive immersion suits right now, and then you will see some of the difficulties that might be in relation to the design of how things are done or not done. The first thing you'll notice is that the zipper is extremely short, meaning it becomes very difficult to don the suit, specifically if you would be of a different size than Michael. The other one would be the fact that if you have the fixed glove makes it extremely difficult to don the suit. As you can tell here, Michael has somewhat of a hard time putting on the immersion suit. And then ultimately, this is probably the other downside. You see where he zips, or the zipper closes, is right by the bottom of the chin, which makes the suit extremely comfortable. This specific immersion suit is designed to be worn without a life jacket, and subsequently all the equipment that's otherwise required on the life jacket, like the lifting strap, is required to have on the immersion suit itself. As you can see here, this type of carabiner, you use a very little screw, and it's extremely difficult with a fixed glove to actually put it on. So one could argue that donning this immersion suit here within the time limit of 2 minutes according to the SOAS regulations will be extremely difficult. As you can tell, this is more or less an impossible feat. So imagine this being under distress in an emergency situation. This becomes extremely difficult. But voila, he is done in an emergency suit. Now we'll zoom in and give you some input on some of these difficulties with the given immersion suit. With immersion suits, water ingress, of course, is what you try to eliminate. When you have a zipper position right here underneath the chin, it becomes extremely uncomfortable for the wearer, specifically if they're trying to communicate in an emergency situation. So what you'll see most people will do, and what we've found in other situations, is that people will actually unzip down here in order for them to be able to both breathe, be comfortable, but also communicate in an emergency situation. And if you unzip here, this is exactly where you're going to have the water ingress. And water ingress can obviously lead to fatal hypothermia consequences. Of course, another thing that we try to stress when we are promoting the Viking immersion suits is you have a loose glove instead of a fixed glove like this, which seems to be the norm otherwise in the market. When you have a fixed glove like this, it becomes extremely difficult to don the suit, and also if you have to climb into a life raft, or if this suit here was to be worn with an additional life jacket, actually fitting the life jacket properly with a fixed glove like this becomes extremely difficult. So this is why we're extremely religious about the way we design our immersion suits, and subsequently every single Viking immersion suit have a loose glove.